Every MCU phase explained. Phase 1. Assembly. 2008 to 2012. 6 films. The MCU begins with Iron Man. Tony Stark is captured in Afghanistan and builds the Mark I suit to escape. He becomes Iron Man. The world changes. The Incredible Hulk introduces Bruce Banner, a scientist transformed into a monster. Iron Man 2 shows Tony struggling with his legacy. Thor arrives from Asgard. Captain America wakes up from 70 years of ice. Each film introduces a hero. Each hero operates alone, but S.H.I.E.L.D. connects them behind the scenes. Nick Fury appears in post-credit scenes. He's recruiting, building something bigger. The Tesseract appears in multiple films. Hydra weaponizes it in World War II. S.H.I.E.L.D. studies it in modern times. It's later revealed as the Space Stone, one of 6 Infinity Stones. Everything culminates in the Avengers. Loki invades New York with an alien army. The heroes unite for the first time. Iron Man, Captain America, Thor, Hulk, Black Widow, and Hawkeye. They're not friends. They barely trust each other, but they fight together. And they win. The post-credit scene shows Thanos, smiling. The threat is bigger than anyone realizes. Phase 1 establishes the foundation, it proves a shared universe can work, and it sets up everything that comes next. Phase 2, Expansion. 2013 to 2015. 6 films. The world knows about superheroes now, and it's dealing with the consequences. Iron Man 3 shows Tony with PTSD from the Battle of New York. He builds suit after suit. He can't sleep. He's afraid. Thor. The Dark World introduces the Reality Stone, called the Ether. It nearly kills Jane Foster. Captain America. The Winter Soldier changes everything. S.H.I.E.L.D. falls. Hydra has been inside it the entire time. Steve Rogers fights the Winter Soldier and discovers it's Bucky Barnes, his best friend. Brainwashed for 70 years, Guardians of the Galaxy expands the MCU into space. Peter Quill, Gamora, Drax, Rocket, and Groot. A group of criminals who become heroes. They protect the Power Stone from Ronan. This film proves Marvel can succeed with unknown characters. Avengers. Age of Ultron brings the team back together. Tony and Bruce create Ultron to protect the world. But Ultron decides humanity is the problem. The Avengers stop him but cause massive collateral damage. Sokovia is destroyed. The Mind Stone creates Vision. Ant-Man introduces Scott Lang in the quantum realm. A place where time and space work differently. This becomes crucial later. Phase 2 deals with fallout. Heroes cause destruction while saving the world. Institutions can't be trusted, and new threats emerge from the cosmos. Multiple Infinity Stones are revealed. Thanos is coming. Phase 3. The Infinity Saga, 2016 to 2019. 11 films. The longest and most important phase. Everything has been building to this. Captain America. Civil War splits the Avengers. Governments demand accountability after Sokovia. Tony supports oversight. Steve refuses. They fight. The team breaks apart. Doctor Strange introduces magic and the Time Stone. Spider-Man joins the MCU in Homecoming. Thor loses his hammer and is home in Ragnarok. Black Panther introduces Wakanda and becomes a cultural phenomenon. Then Avengers. Infinity War. Thanos arrives. He's been in the shadows for 10 years. Now he's collecting the Infinity Stones. The Avengers fight him on Earth and Titan. They lose. Thanos completes the gauntlet. He snaps his fingers. Half of all life in the universe turns to dust. Spider-Man dies in Tony's arms. Black Panther disintegrates. Doctor Strange fades away. The film ends with the heroes defeated. It's the darkest moment in MCU history. Ant-Man and the Wasp happens before the snap. Scott Lang gets trapped in the quantum realm. Captain Marvel shows Carol Danvers' origin. She's the most powerful hero yet. Then Avengers, Endgame. 5 years after the snap, the world is broken. The remaining Avengers discover time travel through the quantum realm. They go back to collect the Infinity Stones before Thanos does. They succeed. Hulk snaps everyone back, but Thanos from the past follows them to the present. He tries to destroy everything. Tony Stark steals the stones. He snaps. Thanos' army turns to dust. but Tony dies. Iron Man sacrifices himself to save the universe. Steve Rogers returns the stones and lives his life with Peggy Carter. He passes his shield to Sam Wilson. Phase 3 is the culmination of everything. 11 years of storytelling. Heroes fall, heroes sacrifice, and the Infinity Saga ends. Phase 4, Legacy, 2021 to 2022. 7 films and multiple Disney Plus shows. The first phase after Endgame. The world moves on. New heroes rise. Black Widow is a prequel, Natasha's story before her death. Shang-Chi introduces martial arts and the Ten Rings organization. Eternal shows immortal beings who've been on Earth for thousands of years. Spider-Man. No Way Home breaks the multiverse. Peter Parker's identity is revealed. He asks Doctor Strange to fix it. The spell goes wrong. Villains from other universes cross over. Green Goblin, Doc Ock, Electro. And 2 other Spider-Men arrive. Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield. 3 generations of Spider-Man fighting together. Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness shows Wanda's grief driving her to extreme actions. She hunts America Chavez across universes. Strange stops her, but at great cost. Thor. Love and Thunder deals with loss and love. Jane Foster wields Mjolnir, Black Panther, Wakanda. Forever mourns Chadwick Boseman. Shuri becomes the new Black Panther. Namor and Talokan are introduced. Disney Plus shows expand the universe. WandaVision explores Wanda's grief. Falcon and the Winter Soldier shows Sam accepting the Captain America mantle. Loki introduces the multiverse officially. He who remains controls the timeline. When he dies, infinite timelines branch. Hawkeye, Moon Knight, Ms. Marvel, and She-Hulk introduce new heroes. Phase 4 is about aftermath, about legacy, about new heroes stepping up while dealing with the consequences of what came before, and the multiverse is now real. Phase 5, Multiverse Escalation, 2023 to 2024. Currently ongoing, the multiverse becomes the main threat. Ant-Man and the Wasp. Quantumania introduces Kang the Conqueror, a time-traveling warlord with infinite variants. He's exiled to the quantum realm. Scott Lang defeats him, but Kang warns that his variants are coming. Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 concludes their story. Rocket's past is revealed. The team saves him and disbands. The Marvels teams up Carol Danvers, Monica Rambeau, and Kamala Khan. They switch places when they use their powers. Together they stop a Kree villain. Secret Invasion shows Skrulls infiltrating Earth. Nick Fury returns from space. The series reveals how deep the invasion goes. Loki Season 2 shows Loki trying to save the timeline. He becomes the god of stories, literally holding the multiverse together at the end of time. Thunderbolts assembles anti-heroes into a team. Yelena Belova, Bucky Barnes, Red Guardian, US Agent, Ghost, and Sentry. Their government operatives given a second chance, darker and more pragmatic than traditional Avengers. Daredevil Born Again brings Matt Murdock back as the main character. Phase 5 sets up larger conflicts. Kang variants threaten every timeline. Loki holds the multiverse together. New teams form. And the multiverse saga continues building toward its conclusion. Phase 6, the multiverse. Saga concludes 2025 to 2027. The final phase of the multiverse saga. The biggest crossover yet. The Fantastic Four. First Steps introduces Marvel's first family. Reed Richards, Sue Storm, Johnny Storm, and Ben Grimm. They come from an alternate universe and cross into Earth 616. Captain America, Brave New World, shows Sam Wilson as the new Captain America facing political and superhuman threats. Then Avengers, Doomsday, December 2026. Doctor Doom arrives as the main threat, played by Robert Downey Jr. 5 different teams assemble to face him: Sam Wilson's Avengers, the New Avengers from Thunderbolts, the Fantastic Four, the X-Men from another universe, and Wakandan and Talakan forces. The X-Men team includes Professor X, Magneto, Mystique, Cyclops, Beast, Nightcrawler, and Gambit. Classic characters from the original Fox universe crossing into the MCU. These teams are divided, they don't trust each other, and Doom manipulates that division. Loki guides them from beyond time, holding the multiverse together while they fight. Avengers. Secret Wars follows in 2027, the culmination of everything. Multiple realities collide. Heroes from different timelines unite. The multiverse reaches its breaking point. This film is expected to reshape the entire MCU, possibly rebooting timelines and fully integrating mutants into the main continuity. Phase 6 represents the end of the multiverse saga. Just as Endgame concluded the Infinity Saga with sacrifice and legacy, Secret Wars will conclude this chapter with reality itself at stake. What comes after is unknown. But Phase 6 promises the biggest MCU story yet. Conclusion: 6 phases, over 30 films so far, dozens of shows. The MCU spans from 2008 to 2027 and beyond. From Tony Stark building the Mark I in a cave to whatever Secret Wars brings. Phase 1 assembled the Avengers. Phase 2 expanded the universe. Phase 3 ended with sacrifice. Phase 4 introduced legacy. Phase 5 brought Kang and multiverse threats. And Phase 6 will conclude the multiverse saga. The Infinity Saga took 11 years. The multiverse saga is taking 7. Each phase builds on what came before. Each film connects to the larger story. It's the biggest interconnected narrative in film history. Which phase is your favorite, and which upcoming film are you most excited for? Comment below, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more MCU breakdowns.